If you've been following the news, you may have seen that Amazon is getting sued by the FTC. They are facing an antitrust lawsuit. And you may be a little bit concerned if you are a new seller because it's a lot of information. And word on the street is that it is going to impact online arbitrage potentially. And because of that, a lot of people are concerned about the situation. So I'm going to help you navigate, make the situation easy to understand and navigate this whole situation. I'm not a lawyer. I studied law for a few years before I moved to the US, if you guys know me. And then I studied business in the United States and had some more law classes. But once again, I'm not a lawyer, so maybe I can navigate the situation a little bit better than you, but always check for other information if you want more information on the subject. I'm not a lawyer. My analysis is not perfect, and so ask lawyers if you know some, all right? But I'm going to give you my point of view as an Amazon seller as well, because I think that there's a lot of misunderstanding from a lot of people that are not necessarily in the Amazon space as well. So whether you are an Amazon seller that is concerned or you are an investor trying to invest in Amazon and you want to actually understand the situation, you'll get an answer in today's video, all right? Before we start, you're going to find 3 links in the description, all right? If you're an Amazon seller, this is for you. First link you're going to find is a waitlist for a mentorship group that is going to start soon. Join the waitlist. I'm going to take 4 to 6 of you guys for 6 to 8 weeks. More information. I'm being vague on purpose. More information coming soon on that. Join the waitlist if you want to be the first to know when we are launching and when we are taking candidature for this program, all right? Join the waitlist because it is going to be super limited. And the first go is going to be the cheapest because it is going to be a test group. Second link that you're going to find, one-on-one coaching. If you need help right now to actually overcome the obstacle and scale your Amazon business, being more efficient at what you want to do with your Amazon business, book a one-on-one call with me. We are going to build a plan for you to reach your goals. And we're going to follow you until you reach that goal. So yeah, this is the second link. Third link, Discord server. If you want to network, if you want to meet other Amazon sellers, and you need to do it, best way to do it, join the Discord server. And let's just dive into the video. All right, so first of all, what is an antitrust lawsuit? This is the first thing that you need to understand, right? An antitrust lawsuit is, whenever, to make it easy, if someone is actually doing some stuff in business that is anti-competition, that is anti-competitive, you are going to bring an antitrust lawsuit against them, all right? Amazon, this is what's happening to Amazon, all right? So basically, the FTC is suing Amazon. The FTC is the Federal Trade Commission. It's a government agency, all right? So this is basically the government suing Amazon, all right? And what they are saying is that they are doing some anti-competitive stuff, all right? Self-explanatory, all right? The anti-competitive things that they are doing are, they are basically bringing forward 2 things, all right? The first thing is, how did they call that? Let me check. The online superstore market, all right? So this is wherever like people go online to buy stuff, all right? And as sellers, we are not necessarily concerned too much about that, but we are concerned about the second thing, the second place where the FTC says that Amazon has a monopoly. Because yes, monopolies are illegal and this is what they are saying, all right? The second thing is that they say that they have a monopoly in the online marketplace service market. And because of that, they are doing some stuff that is anti-competitive, all right? So the online marketplace service market is basically Amazon Seller Central, all right? Where us as sellers go to actually sell our product, all right? This is what they say. So yeah. Basically, what a monopoly is whenever someone has more than 70% of the market share in a specific industry, in a specific market, all right? And so I don't think that this is necessarily true, and we are going to make it real short about about this part of the lawsuit when it comes to buyer, because we are going to focus more on when it comes to seller, because this is what really interests us as of now. But like, with this specific space, with anything that has to do with where buyers go to actually buy products, I do not necessarily think that it is true, personally, and I may be wrong, because like, as I said, normally you need to have more than 70% of a market, and in 2022, to have the exact numbers, if you just took Amazon and Walmart, all right, as the only 2 players in that space, which they may be, but I'm pretty sure that there's other, and I haven't done my research on that, but I'm pretty sure that there's other competitor, and that Amazon lawyers can argue that there's other competitors. So just Amazon and Walmart competing with one with another, if you bring their whole revenue together coming from e-commerce sale, Amazon basically has 72% of the market. So if you add other players, which I'm sure, and I don't know if you are going to be able to add, if they are going to be able to add eBay, stuff like that in that specific market, but yeah, if you just take that, like it's going to be pretty easy to, in my opinion, and I may be wrong, to actually dismantle that claim. All right, so this is when it comes to sellers, but to buyers. But when it comes to actually sellers, and let me just take this screenshot that I took from Yahoo Finance. Basically, here's what the FTC claims, and this is where we're going to see. This is not where we're going to see why some sellers are actually concerned, but I'm going to explain you why there's a big misunderstanding for online arbitrage sellers, right? So there's 5 things that the FTC claims about Amazon that they are doing, and that they are actually doing, right? So the first thing is that they bury products offered elsewhere at lower price. So, and we know this as sellers, basically, whenever a product is selling for way cheaper on, for example, on Walmart, you're gonna see the sales rank for a product going up, not only because the buy box gets suppressed, but I think it's mainly because the buy box gets suppressed, so less people are buying, so the seller ranks go higher, and then the product do not necessarily appear in search, right? So the main misunderstanding from what I've been reading on blog posts and websites is that people say that this is where really what people did not understand, and people use the terms winning the buy box and stuff like that. But the buy box being suppressed is not that big of a deal for us online arbitrage sellers. And it is sometimes annoying, right, when the buy box gets suppressed. And if you do not know what the buy box being suppressed means, it's basically when you're on Amazon, you know, when you actually click on add to cart or buy now, this is what we call the buy box, right? And the guy winning the buy box is the guy that the sale is going to whenever someone click on that button. And there's a whole algorithm working on actually winning the buy box. And so it's quite, like, I have a lot of videos on the subject, but basically what the FTC is trying to say is that suppressing the buy box is anti-competitive, and so it forces sellers to actually lower the price, which is right in a way, but and this is where the big misunderstanding came from. What I read on other platforms is that people said that you know, it's going to make it harder to win the buy box, stuff like that. It is not. Like, when it comes to just that point, all it is saying is that, you know, just the fact of suppressing the buy box is anti-competitive, and so Amazon cannot do this. And if Amazon stops suppressing the buy box, it would actually be a great thing, you know. It is not going to affect you if your price are higher than on the buy box is not going to be suppressed anymore, and so this is actually a good thing. No, the thing that I want you to know, it's not the first time that Amazon, and I'm going to read the whole 5 points that the FTC is bringing up, but like what you're going to see coming, because it happened also last year when Amazon was facing another thing, or 2 years ago, I do not remember, it was a summer, and so Amazon communication, you can never trust what Amazon is telling you, all right? Because what Amazon is going to try to flip the story in a way that is going to say that it is going to impact you sellers negatively. And if you actually look at the thing, if you actually look, they are always going to do this because they are trying to defend their own interests, all right? And so, as a seller, what I see right there is that we're going to read the whole thing, but like specifically when it comes to like buy box and stuff like that, you know, it's nothing that's going to impact you as a seller negatively, all right? It's not going to impact you negatively. And so you can never trust what Amazon's going to say. Amazon's probably going to come up with an email, and I think they sent an email, but I haven't read it, saying that it is going to impact the experience as a seller negatively and stuff like that. It is not going to impact, it's just going to impact their pocket. That's it, all right? But yeah, so basically, this is the first thing, all right? The buy box being suppressed, all right? The whole buy box suppression thing. The second thing is replacing relevant search results with ads, which we do not necessarily care about, because as online arbitrage sellers, we do not necessarily run ads. And if you are a wholesale seller or a private labeling seller, it's actually a good thing for you if it actually happens, all right? So we do not necessarily care about that. There's bias in search results to favor Amazon brand products, which of course are going to favor their products. And this is why most people, whenever Amazon, and this is for people doing private labeling, so creating their own product, if Amazon is selling the same product, they are not going to go on that market. And so if you were not going to go on that market anyway, you do not really care about that. And so it's going to open more possibilities for you to actually jump into the market if the FTC, if the government is actually bringing that down, all right? Fourth thing that the FTC is bringing up is that they condition seller Prime eligibility on use of Amazon fulfillment. So if you want to get the Prime badge, and so it's going to go with winning the buy box as well, you need to use Amazon's fulfillment service, all right? You need to use FBA instead of FBM, which is, you could argue that, yes, but like, to be honest, it makes sense. Prime, like, and the thing is that they can argue against that because there's such a thing called seller fulfilled Prime, which you can actually get the Prime badge if you have great performance when it comes to shipping stuff yourself instead of using FBM instead of using FBA. And if you do not know what FBA is, it's when you send your stuff to Amazon. FBM is when you actually prep your stuff yourself and you ship them yourself, all right? That's the fourth thing. And the fifth thing is they charge sellers item and ad fees, which does not really make sense, but whatever. So, as I said, you should not be worried as a seller, all right? As a seller, the only thing is the Prime, and even if I do not see Prime being removed from Amazon needing to break up Prime, you should not be worried as a seller. That's what I'm trying to say. If things happen, these things are probably going to be positive for you guys as sellers. And I'm thinking specifically about the buy box being suppressed. This is one of the big things. If suppressed buy box are become a thing of the past, it is actually a good thing. We are not going to deal with, because sometimes, you know, the thing that is really pissing me off with suppressed buy box is that sometimes Amazon used to sell a product at a specific price and then they get out of the listing. You start selling this product cheaper than what Amazon was selling it for, and you get the buy box suppressed. So it is actually, it is quite upsetting, if I'm being honest, but this is the main thing that I'd like to see from that lawsuit if it ever happened, you know, because I think that the buy box being suppressed is, sometimes it does make sense, all right? Sometimes it does make sense, but I think that Amazon should not interfere with that, with trying to interfere with price, with suppressing the buy box. Of course, when prices are way too much and it's actually like price gouging, of course, yes, Amazon should interfere. But if it's not the case, the buy box being suppressed is really, really not, I don't think it's a good thing. It's upsetting every seller, and especially like wholesale sellers and online arbitrage sellers. But I can imagine for private labeling sellers who have their price lower somewhere else, and getting the buy box suppressed on Amazon could be quite upsetting, especially if you try to run a brand and you are trying to deal with Amazon fees, stuff like that. It can be quite upsetting because selling on Amazon will be way more expensive than selling in other place. But you know, trying to maintain your price, it's a whole headache to deal with. And so the whole buy box suppression thing is quite unfair for sellers. This is what I'm going to say about this. But yeah, you should not be worried as a seller. It is not, because what I've seen is people actually being worried that, you know, since we are doing online arbitrage, which is actually buying products that are cheaper on specific websites, and we sell them on Amazon, Amazon will see this and the buy box will get suppressed all the time. And I think they twisted some websites, because basically some websites relayed the information in a wrong way. I'm talking about winning the buy box, while it was not actually about winning the buy box, but it was actually about the buy box being suppressed. And you can make a lot of money when the buy box is suppressed. I have a whole video on how to actually sell on listings where the buy box is suppressed. But yeah, I think the information got relayed incorrectly. Like, it came first from a Reuters article that some e-commerce blog translated that from people that do not necessarily sell on Amazon. And so yeah, this lawsuit is not necessarily a bad thing. The only thing that I see that could be bad is like whatever with Prime. The whole rest of things, I do not really care, and you should not really care as a seller. And the thing with Prime, they are not going to break Prime, and Amazon is going to be able to argue with the seller fulfilled Prime more than likely, all right, that you can actually get Prime anyway, and like you can sell without the Prime badge. So yeah, that's the whole video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, if you do not know me, my name is Chris Mangunza. I release a new video every single day about selling on Amazon and about Amazon, about business in general. So if you want to get recommended more videos, like this video, subscribe, and watch these other videos on the screen right now if you want to keep learning about selling on Amazon. One-on-one coaching if you want to grow a business on Amazon, and mentorship group, Discord server, all that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.